I'm a mafia man. Call me a mafia man. I love mafia men so much I'm turning into one, essentially. I am the biggest slut on the planet for a single daddy. What is up, bitches, homebodies, readers, introverts, people who don't like to leave the home like myself? We are back already. I feel like I just did another one of these yesterday with a reading wrap up because February is somehow over and I'm still I'm still late. That's fine. Better late than never. February was so weird. February was so strange. We were quite literally all over the place, also fighting for my life. Fighting for my life in the biggest onyx storm, slump, hangover, I don't even know what you want to call it. Yeah, we are all over the place, but we do have some really good books in here. First things first, a little bit of caffeine. We're having an Alani. This is the pink slush, such a good flavor. And it matches my nails. Slay! I haven't been sleeping much this week, like literally at all, so. Whoa, I didn't even say how many books we read. We read 20 books this month, in a short month. Now listen. I usually read quite a few books each month, but we had a lot of like short books. I binged a lot of short, trashy mafia books that were under like 300 pages. It was a fever dream. To be honest, this month was a fever dream. What happened? What's going on? We tried to read one fantasy romance after Onyx Storm and we stopped. I still have yet to pick up a fantasy romance book since Onyx Storm. So there's that. So we started off the month with A Torch Against the Night, which was the only fantasy romance book I have read since Onyx Storm. This is the second book in an Ember in the Ashes series, 3 stars. And I think that was really generous, okay? This is a young adult fantasy romance series. I'm not gonna continue the series. Honestly, I feel like it was 2.5. Let's go with 2.5. This had so much potential, but it was so boring. I was so painfully bored. Like literally nothing happened and it was so beyond predictable. And listen, I can't see things coming if they hit me in the face. So like if I predict the ending or something happening in a book, that's not a good sign. I am not smart. I can't see things coming. Foreshadowing, literally don't know her. I'm literally having a brain fart right now trying to think about what this was even about. She's disguised as a slave in this military academy, okay? She's trying to work with the rebels to save her brother. He's a student at this military academy. They cross paths and they end up going on the run together to help save her brother who's in this prison, okay? Yes, exactly. That's what happened. That is what's happening. That's what happened and it was just nothing happened. So I was bored, not gonna continue, but the flop on this book,
it's so floppy.
so after that, you know what we did. I was like, you know what? You know what we need. I know what we need. It is time for dark mafia romance, okay? And this was my mafia romance month. Oh my God, wait. Hang on, let me see how many mafia books I read this month. 1, 2. I read 13 mafia books this month. That is when I am in a slump, mafia. I will binge the worst, most trashy mafia books and find a handful of really good ones. That's a tough thing about dark mafia romance. It's my favorite subgenre of dark romance, but for every like 10 you read, there'll be like 2 really good ones. We found a really good one. Literally one of my favorite dark mafia romance books. Twisted Emotions by Cora Riley. Oh, don't even get me started. This was so good. 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars. Nino Falcone. I'm sorry. Okay, this is arranged marriage and arranged marriage done right. This man does not feel emotions. He doesn't understand them. Hence, twisted emotions. Okay, and I don't know, that specific type of man gets me. Like that gets me every single time, especially when he tries to feel emotions for her and only her in his own weird, twisted, fucked up way. In her backstory, like she experienced a lot of trauma and he helps her start to feel safe and not be afraid of men and like come into her own. And these two together, Nino and Kiara, their chemistry, their love, I loved literally every single thing about them. And this man, like he would always put his fingers on her pulse to see if her heart rate was picking up or slowing down so he could try and gauge her emotions. This man restrained himself, put handcuffs on himself while they did the dirty, okay? While they did the dirty, so she would feel safer. I loved this. This was so good. And bitch, I loved it so much, we had to continue on in the series. Oh, mind you, this is the second book in the series. I didn't read the first one. They're interconnected standalones. Okay, the first book follows their friend and he comes up, and then the rest of the books follow the brothers. I have heard that Cora Riley she has a lot of good ones, but she also has a lot of not so great ones. So this was where I was recommended to start by Bestie Larry. Anyways, we read Twisted Pride. We read about Nino's brother, Remo, 4 stars. Okay, this is still my favorite. Okay, I'm a Nino girly. What can I say? But Remo. Oh my God. Silly, goofy, unhinged. Crazy, crazy, crazy psycho. Oh my God, this is Captor Captive too. The way this man though is so down bad for her. Like he literally kidnapped her on her wedding day. And then we read the third book in this series, which goes back, okay, to Nino and Kiara. They have a second book. This is Twisted Bonds. I loved it because I love them, but I did give it 3 stars because it just felt repetitive. We could have just had a nice extended epilogue. Like I just started to get bored, but I still had a good, silly, fun time. Oh, but never fear, because we were not done with mafia romance. No, 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 no. We read Deviant Hearts by Jagger Cole. Oh my God, I feel like I'm fine. We read Deviant Hearts by Jagger Cole, and we buddy read this with Bestie Larry. You might have seen our review.
Guys, we started a new series.
We are buddy reading Deviant Hearts by Jagger Cole.
Who's a man?
A man? Oh my goodness, because we got with the book besties in New York this month, and it was like I'm still depressed after that. I miss them all so much. But anyway, we read Deviant Hearts. How many times have I said that? I've said it. I gave it 3 stars. I gave it 3 stars. A mafia romance written by a man. Written by a man. That was a first for me, let me tell you. Silly, fun, good, giggly time. Nothing revolutionary. Like, would I recommend it? I don't know. Like, it was fine. It was fine. It was good. Had a lot of potential and then fell a little bit flat. This was also arranged marriage. Okay, they're from rival mafia families. There's also like a fun little side plot going on, but it was so insta-lust and insta-lovey. Like, I could not get past that. Like, I couldn't. I did so... Fine. Good enough for me to be like, this series has potential. We're gonna read book 2, Vicious Hearts. Larry bailed on me. She did not read it with me because this started out terrible and it stayed terrible. I saw it through, unfortunately. I gave it 1 star. This one, oh my God, so 1 star. Oh my God, no. But fighting for my life. This was vile. Insta lust at its finest. I like an age gap. I don't like it when he infantilizes her. Is that the word? When he like obsesses with how young she is and has to keep bringing it up and ugh, icky. This just gave me the ick so bad. He gave me the ick so bad. That was no, hard no. We are done. We stopped the series. Will I go back? I have no idea. Also, a pet peeve of mine in books, okay, specifically spicy scenes, okay, is when the girl, she has not lost her Virginia yet. All right? I'm not a biggest fan of that trope, but I don't really care about it. But when I really hate it is when they do it for the first time and it's just the best. No pain. So easy, so great. Because why are you lying? Because why are you lying? Literally, why are you lying? I hate that. So that's what happened in this book. No. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. After that, did it get better? No. Like, so after that 1 star, it's like, okay, I'm hopeful. Simply cannot get any worse. Oh no, it can't. Absolutely not. I was so wrong. See, at my core, I've said this before, I'm a liar. I lie to myself all the time because I was so abundantly wrong. I read a book that was so much worse, probably my least favorite book ever. This is The Ritual, the first book in the Lord series. And listen, now hang on, because you guys all know I'm a dark romance girly. I love me dark romance. I love the unhinged men. I love the craziness, right? Like God of Malice, one of my favorite dark romance books. The fact that this was like dark and unhinged is not why I didn't enjoy it. Like it wasn't like too dark. It was just bad. And it's so well loved by the dark romance community. And you guys, like, this is a safe space for disagreement. Like, if you loved it, I love that for you. I literally love that for you. So this is an unpopular opinion. People love this book. People love this series. I personally did not, though, like at all. So here's the issue, right? Here is the issue. There was not even a lick of plot. Like not even the little tiniest bitty zero plot, which is fine. But I personally don't like when there's no plot at all and it's all spice. More than every other chapter was spice, and a lot of it, and that was all it was. And some people do love that, but that's just not for me personally. From the moment they met, their first meeting was spicy. So it was insta lust. But the lust never went away. It was just lust the whole time. All they were doing was the naked gymnastics, the naked twister the whole time. Totally cool. But that was the plot. And then all of a sudden they loved each other. How? I don't know. I'm still waiting for this man to take her out on a date. I just did not understand it at all. Also, just so he's like a part of the secret society. What is this secret society? Couldn't tell you. Like, what do they do? Couldn't tell you. I do know they have to stay celibate before getting initiated, the men, okay? So our MMC. When they get initiated, like as a gift, they get a girl that they get to do whatever they please with. And she's down. Like, she's down with it. It was just not, it got so repetitive too. And I'm like, I can only read about them doing their thing so many times. It was a long book. And like, that was all that happened. It was so bad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. I'm actually not, because it's fine, because that's just my opinion. Ooh, ugh. Okay, I'm done with that. Okay, and after that, we had to switch it up. Like, we had to switch it up. I needed something. I needed a genre switch. Okay, so we did a hockey romance. We read Unloved, and this is the second book in an interconnected standalone series. It was recently released. The first book is Unsteady, and I loved Unsteady. I read it last year and it was so good. So I was really excited for this one. And I gave it 3.5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I giggled and kicked my feet. It also made me really emotional. This was Friends to Lovers. He's a reformed playboy hockey player. She's his tutor, and they're both broken. Like, they both have broken souls, and they have this friendship that they form, and it turns into more. And like, they were so wholesome. They were so wholesome. Oh my goodness. And this man, like, he's a golden retriever man, which isn't usually like my type, but I still loved him. Like, I loved him so much, and he's so sensitive. And then all of a sudden, like, his mouth, he would just like say the filthiest things. I'm like, oh my God, sir. I loved this. This was so cute, but it like wasn't anything life-changing, hence the 3.5 stars. But I still, yeah, I would recommend it if you like hockey romance, definitely, especially Unsteady. Oh, what do you know? Like, literally, what do you know? Another 1 star. We read Deep End by Allie Hazelwood, and I regret it. I did not enjoy this at all. Now, here's the thing. This is described as like a kinky book. I didn't have a problem with the fact that like it wasn't kinky. Like, that's not why I gave this 1 star, because the spice was just like bland to me. That's not at all why I gave it 1 star. What was it a little disappointing? Yes. Like, they made this list about their kinks, these crazy kinks, and they didn't explore them. But like that wasn't, like, it wasn't a part of their story. Whatever. You know what? Why I hated this. Let's talk about it. How they started to interact, okay? So weird. The fact that his ex, who is her friend on the diving team, okay, introduced them because they have the same kinks and said that they should explore them together. That was a little bit, that was weird. But the FMC in general, she didn't really give me anything. She just kind of annoyed me. I didn't like any of the characters in this. Also, a personal pet peeve of mine is when they put one of the characters in therapy. In this case, it was FMC, which I love. I love the therapy rep, but we don't get any growth from the therapy at all. What we do get growth from is her all of a sudden meeting our MMC, and he helps her with her trauma. He helps her, not her therapy that she's been in for months, him. She hasn't been able to dive because of a mental block, okay? And and she meets him and she can dive again. I don't like that. I didn't like that. Speaking of him, also bland, gave me nothing. I didn't feel any chemistry. I didn't feel the romance at all. Then all of a sudden they were in love. I was embarrassed. I was getting secondhand embarrassment. Then let's talk about the fact that her friend, okay, who's his ex, she's just lingering around. The ex-girlfriend is lingering around the whole time. They don't announce to the public that they're broken up. Weird. She didn't tell her friend that she was starting to develop feelings for him. They were all so weird. And then we only make out the ex-girlfriend to be like the villain in the end when they all were just not, they were all bad. They were all annoying. I didn't like this. I don't even know if was that English? I didn't like it. So there you go. Safe to say I was done with contemporary romance. So what did we do? We went back to mafia romance. We did. Oh, we did. And we read Sweet Temptation by Cora Riley. Oh my God, this was so good. This was 4 stars. Okay, you know what this was? Do you want to hear what this was? Okay. A single daddy in the mafia. Listen to that again. A single daddy in the mafia. A mafia single daddy. No, get out right now, because you're telling me I was missing out on that trope the whole time. I am a single dad whore. I am a single daddy slut, okay? And I am a mafia man. I'm a mafia man. Call me a mafia man. I love mafia men so much, I'm turning into one, essentially. This was so good. Okay, it was also arranged marriage. This was also age gap. And if like a fluffy mafia romance book existed, like this was it's not fluffy, but if I could describe a mafia romance as fluffy, it would be this one. This was so good. I ate this up. Cassio, that man. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay, yeah. And we're still on the mafia train, all right? After that, I'm like, this is where I'm supposed to be, okay? So I am going to dive in to an 11-book mafia romance series, okay? I didn't finish it. I think did I read 7 out of the 11? I haven't finished it yet. I'm going to this month. This is the Perfectly Imperfect series. This was so insanely bingeable. All of the books are around like 300 pages. Some are a little bit longer. Some of them were absolutely amazing and some of them just didn't hit and some were average. But because the books were so short, like I never got to a point, even in the books that I like didn't really enjoy, where I'm like, oh my God, I'm dreading this, like I'm dragging through this, because it was done by the time I realized that I really didn't like it. You know what I mean? Let's get into it. This is perfect if you are in a slump. It's not life-changing. Not the best mafia romance series I've ever read at all by any means, but it's so much fun. The first book, okay, Painted Scars. I gave this 3 stars. It was so average. It was so average, so fine. As far as like mafia romance goes, like mediocre, but I still binged it. Arranged marriage, age gap, disability rep, which was really good. And it was just like, nothing jumped out that was super special, but I still had a good time. Then we leveled up. Okay, we leveled up. Book 2, Broken Whispers, 3.5 stars. Oh, this is one of those books. If it was like 100 pages longer, it probably would have been 4.5 stars. Like it felt unfinished. Like I needed more. I wanted more from them, selfishly. This was another single mafia daddy. Yeah. And a common theme, also arranged marriage, age gap, and she is mute, okay, because of an accident she was in. And he is oh my God, such a broken man. Oh my goodness, such a broken man. I loved him. I loved this man. Wait, what was his name? Mikhail. Tortured soul. Oh! And most of these men are Russian and have just like the best Russian nicknames for their women. That's gonna make me fold. Like Russian mafia men make me fold. Okay, and then next, guys, oh my God, this book was so good. This is my favorite book in the series. My favorite man in the series so far, okay? Hidden Truths. 4 stars. No, I was literally giggling and kicking my feet and losing my mind the whole time, but then I also got so emotional reading this one in such a short time period. Age gap, forced proximity, he fell first, okay? Such a broken man with a tortured soul. And if you like the trope where she helps him come out of the dark, oh my God, she's the only one who can calm him down. She comforts him during his nightmares. No, because I was losing it. Oh my God, I was losing it. Sergei had my soul leaving my body. I don't know where it is. I'm still looking for it. Because that man, oh my God. No, I loved them. I love them. Again, only complaint, I needed more. I was hungry for more. Also the mouth on this man. Yeah, don't start with me. A Russian mafia man with a filthy mouth? Okay. Who's also broken? Okay. Like, take me away. Take me away, sir. I'm yours. Do as you please. And you know what? After that, it was like, you got something good? Let me give you something bad. We read Ruin's Secrets. 2 stars. Probably generous. To be honest, I did not like this book at all. I hated this. I did not like this. This is where, like I said, when I hate age gap, when he obsesses over the age gap. They also met when she was 6 years old, and she had been in love with him literally since she was a child. And that just rubs me the wrong way. He always called her his teenage wife. I'm so good. And this was like all smut. No, I didn't like this. This gave me weird vibes. Then book 5, Stolen Touches, I gave 3 stars. I liked this. Like, I had a good time. The couple in this one, something was missing from them. Like, I just felt very disconnected from them. Salvatore, I love a man obsessed. The things he would do because he was obsessed started to give me the ick a little bit. I think I was at this point too starting to suffer from brain rot. Like, I was losing brain cells reading these books. And I was starting, I was in a fever dream. Like, I was starting to actually dissociate. All I could do was binge trashy mafia. Simply it. That's all I was doing. That's literally all I was doing. So, oh, but never fear, because then she dropped this masterpiece, book 6, Fractured Souls. Oh my God. I also gave this 4 stars. Hidden Truths is still my favorite. This is such a close second. This made me cry. I was not expecting this series at all to ever make me cry. I was sobbing. These 2, oh my God, so wholesome. But this was definitely like the darkest one out of all of them, because she did start out like with a history of SA, and there is on-page SA in this book that can be really tough for some people to read. He essentially like saves her from where she was being trafficked. They develop this bond, this relationship, they heal together, and it's just that healing journey, and especially for her, pulled at my heartstrings so much. I loved this book. I loved them. And Pasha, our MMC, must be protected at all costs. The epitome of a man that doesn't think he's good enough for her and just wants the best for her, and just the way he loves her. No, stop. No, stop. And would sacrifice anything for her? No, I can't. And then after that, I feel like this was just the nature of this series. It was like a yo-yo effect. I was on a seesaw, okay? Burn Dreams, book 7. Oh, no, 2 stars. Oh, no, hey, you wanna know what it gave me? No, nothing. Like, actually nothing. It gave me nothing. I did not like this at all. Just hard no. So after that, I was like, you know what? I'm mafia'd out. I can't. We're gonna pause this series. I will eventually finish it. Mark my words. So after that, I was like, you know what? It's time for a genre switch. We are going to get back into the Windy City series. I read Mile High, book 1 in this series in December, I think. I hated it. I did not like it at all. I gave it 1 star. I did not like it. Everyone has been telling me to continue because it's so worth it. Yana and Larry have been like shoving the right move down my throat. And I am so happy all of you did, because, oh my God, this, okay, cured me. This brought me out of my slump. I devoured these books, okay? Books 2, 3, and 4 in the Windy City series. New favorite sports romance series. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? I'm actually pissed, because I posted last week my top 20 book boyfriends, and that was when I had just started the right move. Because now we have some adjusting to do. Not to the top 10. It is what it is, but oh my God, now I'm unwell because I'm feeling the slump from these books. Like, now I'm back in a slump. So if you have any recommendations for people who liked these books, like, please give them to me. So The Right Move, 4.5 stars. Ryan Shea, the acts of service man that you are, guys. No, you have probably seen, I've been screaming about these books on TikTok. Like, I can't stop. I am absolutely feral. I am a rabid dog. I can't even handle it. Okay, this man. Ooh, and this was fake dating. Also, they're roommates. Okay, best friend's brother. And this is how you do fake dating. This is how you do it. He's also in the NBA. No. Also Grumpy Sunshine. Like, no. Okay, stop. The way this man loves her. Okay, and also his story broke my heart. Oh my goodness. The found family in these 3 books. No, because they're like, these are my friends. I know them. I love them. I have a list of some of the things that Ryan Shea has done. Okay, you ready for this? He bought her a bed with purple sheets because it's her favorite color. He makes her coffee every morning and leaves it in the fridge for her. He learned sign language. Okay, before they were actually dating. He met with her mother on FaceTime weekly for an hour to learn sign language so that he could communicate with her dad. He wanted to be able to tell her dad that he loves her and ask for permission to marry her. He gives her his credit card to just like buy her dresses. She says she's expensive. He's like, I don't care, be expensive. I have the money, here's my card. He knows she loves flowers, but notices she never keeps them at home. And she says it's because she's not around often to water them, so he offers to water and take care of her flowers. He finds out she's a vegetarian, so he replaces all of his meat products with vegetarian ones. He reads her spicy books and builds her bookshelves. When she was sick, he dropped everything, skipped practice. Mind you, he hasn't done that, like ever, but dropped everything to go take care of her. He brushed and braided her hair while she was sick. I'm so sorry. While they were still fake dating, he paid for her fertility treatments for her. I need you to get the fuck out right now. And then the way this man begs on his knees for her, I am literally throwing up. I could not handle myself. Like, I could not stop giggling, kicking my feet, screaming. Oh my God, and this is true romance. Like the love in these 3 books, like this is the romance I am yearning for. Also the yearning. A man obsessed but pathetically in love. Stop. The love confession. Oh, the love confessions in all of these. No, stop. No, seriously? No. And then I was also obsessed with Indy too. Like I loved her as an FMC and her growth. So much character growth in so little time from both of them. And then I'm like, no way that this could get any better. There's no possible way. But in the back of my head, I did kind of have a feeling it could, because I knew that Caught Up was a single dad nanny trope. And that, if you know me, and I was just talking about it, a single daddy is going to make me fold every single time. If it's an interconnected standalone series and there's a single dad in the series, that's gonna be my man. Like, that is my man. And then there's no competition afterwards. Malachi Rhodes. This is why I say, I am the biggest slut on the planet for a single daddy. Oh my God. And he is why. This man and Kate Ian have ruined my life. Ruin it again, please. I will, ruin me. Please, you have ruined me. This is why I'm sick at the fact that I already did my top 20 book boyfriends, because he is in there. But this book, Caught Up, 5 stars, 6 stars. One of my favorite contemporary romance books. No. Sobbing. Also had me absolutely crying my eyes out. I did not expect that. I felt this so deeply. A grumpy, closed off single daddy with a filthy mouth. Who also has trauma, oh my God, and daddy issues, oh my God. The dynamic between these two as well, Miller, obsessed with her. She comes in, she's the nanny, guns blazing, okay? She's a loose cannon. She is a spitfire. She's wild. She's unhinged. And she just turns his life upside down in the best way possible. Their banter, their flirting, the tension, no. Okay, and then the way that Kai is with Max, his son, No, because that is what makes me absolutely lose it. Like, if it's a single dad trope, I need so much emphasis on his relationship with his son, okay? And I need so much emphasis on her relationship with his son. The way that he watches her and just turns into this pathetic mess whenever he sees her interacting with his son. Reading about him watching her fall in love with his son. No. One of the best love confessions ever. Like, one of the best. This is going to live in my head rent free. And no. Oh! This man also has thigh tats. He has thigh tats, and like I want him to punch me in the face. Like I do. He wears glasses. He's a professional baseball pitcher. He keeps her picture in his baseball cap next to his son. Okay, and she asks why. And he goes, I'm so fucking in love with you, it's too painful not to be able to see you every second of the day. I'd fall in love with you all over again. I'd break my heart all over again, because loving you was one of the 2 greatest surprises of my life. Don't tell me if you love me, and fuck, please don't tell me if you don't, but especially don't give me any hope, because if you do, I have a feeling I'd chase you across the country until you were caught. I'm losing my mind. This man, no. Like he's giving me, like this is the obsession then. Like I loved Ryan Shea. Ryan Shea isn't in my top 20 book boyfriends, even though I'm obsessed with him. This is the level of ferally-ness I need to be. If you ever decide to stop running and make a home, make it with me. Stop! I need him more than I need air to breathe, okay? Everyone, while I was reading Caught Up, was like, just wait for Isaiah, who's Kai's brother. I absolutely loved this book. I loved Isaiah, but Kai's my man. Like, there was no beating him. Like, there was no chance that anyone was going to be better than him in this series. It just wasn't possible. So he's still my man. But this fucking book, Play Along, also 5 stars. Are you joking me? Isaiah Rhodes? Now listen. I'm so weak. I'm like actually I'm losing my goddamn mind because of these men. Listen, this man's mouth is filthy. Pathetic? You want a pathetic man? He begs her and pleads for her, like is so weak. Like the way he sat and ready to like be a good boy for her. He is like our golden retriever, funny man who, okay, uses his humor as a coping mechanism because on the surface, like he has trauma. He's a professional baseball player, okay? And she is his trainer and he has been in love with her for 3 years. For 3 years, but he has never made a move because she's been engaged. And her engagement gets called off. And this man, okay, he finds out that her engagement is done and he stops seeing all other women. He goes celibate. They get married when they are drunk in Vegas. They have to fake that marriage. And he is obsessed from the jump. She is the more like jaded, closed off, a little bit mean one, and he loves that she's mean. He absolutely loves all of her rough edges. And oh my God, I love that so much. He's the biggest flirt. Like he is the biggest flirt in all of this. The banter in this is the best. Like everything that comes out of his mouth, I'm running away. Like my body's snapping in half because I'm folding I'm folding like a piece of paper. Like the seam is so bent, I'm going to break. And it's just the chemistry between all of these couples. Like it's so palpable and you get so invested and you feel their love so deeply. Like I got so emotional. I was tearing up reading this one as well. And the characters just have so much depth and have so many layers to them and have so much more to their stories. And this is a book where he teaches her. She struggles with affection, has like barely been touched, and she wants to learn how to feel comfortable with physical touch and other things in the bedroom and like, no. But this is also an acts of service man. Like the things that he does for her, stop. I can't handle it. Like she does the crossword every single morning and he always brings her the newspaper to make sure she has the crossword. He always is bringing her food and making sure she's fed. He's colorblind. Okay, so he memorized the color of her hair and he calls it Kennedy K Auburn. He noticed her feet were hurting and her Louis Vuitton heels, okay? So he just bought her sneakers, okay, and carried around her heels all night. He asked her what her favorite color was and she said yellow. So that's now his favorite color. They walked down the aisle to Obsessed by Mariah Carey when they got married in Vegas. So he made that his baseball walkout song, Obsessed by Mariah Carey, because he's so obsessed with her and he openly expresses that. Like he loves her so loudly. He's gonna talk you through it. They all talk you through it. I could sit here and talk about these books for hours, so I should probably stop now. So we ended February on such a high note. I fear March might start out on a low one, but that's fine. It's only down from here. So that was our month. What am I reading right now? I have no idea. I haven't picked anything because I literally just finished Play Along. So we're just gonna be here stewing in our thoughts, which is terrifying. But you should go get a book and not leave your home and just feel great with having a little beverage, maybe a sweet treat, your Kindle, your paperback, what have you, and just ignore the outside world because that is really, truly like all you need in life at the end of the day. That's all from me.